this on? What do you do when you have a problem and you don't know how to solve it? This summer, I went to the Henry Ford Institute in Detroit, and I learnt about design thinking and rapid challenges. And I'm here to share with you how this has helped me to solve quite a small problem. First of all, with the design thinking cycle, we start with empathy and we work our way around to reflection. I had a partner to work through my rapid challenge, and she was called Angela. Angela's problem was that she needed to find a way to exercise safely in the mornings before she went to school. My problem that I shared with her was that I was always late for school. Now, Angela was the head teacher of a primary school in Texas. I've never met her before. The idea was that she had to design a solution for my problem, and I had to design a solution for her problem. So the first thing that we needed to do is we needed to find some empathy, which was really difficult. Angela, as the principal of a school, found it completely unacceptable that I would turn up to school late almost every day, and that I didn't really care very much about it. I found it completely unacceptable that she got up at 4:30 in the morning in order to exercise. So, the first thing we had to do was we had to really dig deep to find some empathy, and we had to ask ourselves what the morning was like and why it was like that. Angela got up at 4:30 in the morning, and after she got up, she did some yoga and some meditation. She exercised for an hour after that to a tape. She played with her dogs, walked her dogs, came back, had breakfast, showered, and went to work. She got to work about 7:20 in the morning, which was roughly the time I was getting up in Mumbai, and I was due to start work 20 minutes after that. So, why did Angela have a morning like this? Well, one of the things that came out about Angela's morning was that she was indoors for most of this time, apart from when she walked her dog. And she told me, she described her best morning ever, and her best morning ever was when she went to a gym with friends. And she described her worst morning ever, and her worst morning ever was when she tried to exercise outdoors with one of her dogs in the dark. And she took her dog because she was afraid of running in the dark, and another stray dog attacked her dog, and she didn't know how to deal with it. So Angela had made a decision to exercise at home because she felt unsafe when she was outside in the dark. The next thing that we had to do was we had to come up with a statement about Angela's needs based on the insight that we came up with. And we then had to write a statement. So my statement was, energetic Angela needs a way to exercise safely in the mornings because she's afraid of exercising outside in the dark. After that, it was ideate. In ideate, we had to come up with as many diverse, out-of-the-box, crazy ideas as we could. Crazy was really good, and we had to sketch them into these boxes. There were so many ideas that I couldn't fit them all in the box. I had to kind of use the margins and things like that as well. And then we shared our sketches. And the idea with sharing the sketches is just to show and not to tell. It wasn't for me to talk Angela through the solutions that I found for her, but for her to look at the pictures and ask me some questions. The idea was that she was the one that was going to do the talking. Then it was time for me to build my prototype for her. My prototype involved changing her morning so that she actually got to work earlier, but that she exercised once she got to work. I suggested to her that she could employ a personal trainer and share the cost with other members of staff at her school, and that she could exercise with those people at school, so she would have friends and people to exercise with, and she wouldn't have to be doing it at home by herself in the dark. After that, she gave me some feedback. She talked about the things that she liked, things she didn't like, some questions she might have had, and maybe there were some aha moments there for me, so that I could go back and redesign a prototype and make it a little bit better for her. In the end, Angela liked what I designed for her. She liked it so much that, in fact, not only did she employ a personal trainer and help the people at her school in their wellness, she also decided that she would employ the personal trainer after school as well, for the people who didn't like exercising in the morning. what did Angela do for me? Angela dug very deep. She was really empathetic with me. She understood a couple of things about me. She understood that I work really late at night at school. I'm normally the last person to leave. I'm there always after 6 o'clock. I clear my desk. There's nothing really for me to do when I get in the morning at 7:40. The other thing that Angela understood is that I didn't have this problem when I lived in Switzerland. Because what I used to do in Switzerland was I would pick up a friend on the way to work. Now in Switzerland, for 8 months in the year where we lived, it's snowing and it's raining. And I felt a responsibility not to leave that person standing in the cold by the side of the road, so I was never late picking her up. So Angela built a solution for me. And the solution that she built for me was that 2 days a week, I would leave work undone and go home, which was difficult for me to do. But I would do it because there would be a reason for me to come in the following morning. And the second thing that Angela noticed was the fact that I never let a friend down. And so what she designed for me was the fact that 3 days a week, I would arrange to meet someone for a cup of tea before school. That would make sure I was always there. So what I learned from this experience is that design thinking is a great way of solving wicked problems. I haven't been late once this year, although I was almost late today.